Hello, guys. Welcome to the show. I'm Shane Davis, and this is Talking and Drawing with Shane and Yanzi Lynn. And today's day, we are talking about the American comic book industry as it looks like market share is down for quite a few big companies. But before we get into it, if you guys will look down below, hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications as we do talk about the American comic book industry from time to time. Okay, so what do we got? We got a lot of retailers saying they want better comics, they want their characters back there again, all that stuff, less politics, less self insertions from creators, and all of this stuff. And this is interesting, like a big, not to me because I'm a Transformers fan, but I'll get into why this isn't exactly good news. But Transformers is like this dominating factor in the market share right now. For people who don't know, Hasbro yanked the license from IDW and basically took it to Skybound on two major properties, two that are kind of tying in the movie universe. If people haven't seen Transformers Rise of the Beast, there is a scene at the end of credits which kind of put the Transformers into a G.I. Joe spinoff. Now, this is the idea is that Hasbro thinks they can get a G.I. Joe movie to sell by using Optimus Prime. So Hasbro, you have to understand, as a person who holds the license, wants to see this get fleshed out in comics. And of course, they're doing this through Skybound. Now, for whatever reason, IDW couldn't hang on to the license, and it's having a major effect. Now, let's get into it.
So we're looking at the market share between all the major publishers in the American comic book industry here. This is based on the fourth quarter of 2023. So in a nutshell, what you consider the two major publishers, which is Marvel and DC, they both lost market share. Kind of small percentage losses, like Marvel only lost 1.8% and DC only lost 1.6%. IDW lost 0.9%. You think, small fry, no big deal. The kicker is the fact that Image Comics grew 2.2%. Again, you think that's not a big deal. But all the information is here in, for example, the December top 50 comics list. If you look at this comics list here, it is pretty much like every other single month. It is dominated mainly by Marvel and DC. If you look at this list, Image Comics only appeared twice in the list of the top 50 comics. And yet, for some reason, they grew their market share. Now, what does that mean? In absolute number terms, it means that their sales grew very dramatically based on the few titles they're selling. Whereas Marvel and DC, their sales have probably gone down compared to what Image has been making.
There's a couple of things here I want to go back to that list and point out, and that's that Transformers is like number 3 here. This is Transformers number 3, and a lot of times these charts are kind of based off the assumption that Batman's selling 100,000 copies, and this is why I said earlier in the video, I actually think this is a really bad sign for the American comic book industry because I very seriously doubt Transformers number 3 is selling 70 to 80,000, 90,000 copies. I just don't know if that's possible. And as a Transformers fan, I'm going to say why. I understand this book is getting a little bit of praise and it's done well and everything, but I've also seen Transformer comics get a lot of buzz and heat when Pat Lee was drawing them and stuff like that. I really don't see the dynamic art pushing this book. And as a Transformers fan, I buy a lot of Transformers stuff. I look at the artwork in this book and it's a pass for me. Now, I'm not saying it's poorly done. It's just nothing special. And the spike in sales on this alarmed me for a couple of reasons. I've heard good things about the book. I've seen some pages that are adequate. But one of the things is it's kind of a back to basic concept. There's no big diversity push so far. From my understanding, it's classic characters people know. It's almost a new, there is some violence in it and stuff from my understanding, but it doesn't, to me, it's like, is it really that good or is everything else around it that bad that people are desperate for characters they recognize in a competent comic in this market? And none of this is good. I mean, it's good if Transformers is okay or doing well, but I feel like this is just the shiniest book out there right now, which is, I don't know, the standards seem kind of low. I've also seen artwork from some of the upcoming G.I. Joe stuff that they're doing at Skybound. Again, none of it is that impressive. And again, Duke, number 1, which is a major character in the G.I. Joe franchise, is number 16 over here, right behind Miles Morales Spider-Man. Now, for people that are keeping up, Hasbro, again, with their G.I. Joe classified line is doing really, really well. There is no big media pushing G.I. Joe right now. Like, again, this is like a character people has a retro feel to it, a demographic, which again, the American comic book industry is abandoning, which would probably be like the 30s to 40s to maybe 50s, what I call kind of retro fan, that grew up with these characters. It's like you're seeing a spike. And this is something that Marvel and DC isn't acknowledging is like that demographic, that is your fan. That is the person that pushes up the American comic book sales. That's probably the person buying Venom. It's probably these are the same people that are buying some of these books. And again, a Duke number 1 of 5. This is a mini series, mind you. A mini series is number 16 on the chart. That's not great. And seeing the effects of losing these two properties in market share and getting a spike at Image, this also speaks a lot about Image. Like everything else Image is doing, which is creator owned, Saga, whatever, not really getting in this chart like that. So you're seeing like fans follow and buy Image probably that never bought Image comics before because it's a action adventure boys demographic of comic.
You know what I think this all boils down to? This boils down to the fact that the market, as some people like to say, is changing, i.e., Heidi McDonald. Yes, Heidi, things are changing and not really better for the American comic book industry. Because given the popularity of the Transformer comic book, and you can see it all over social media, people are saying, wow, look at this. This really sounds like something that Optimus would say, or this sounds like something that Starscream would say. It feels like that's what the audience is crying out for. And that is, they want the characters to actually sound like the characters that they knew from their childhood. Now, don't say, oh, you guys are just old fuddy-duddies, because in the end, you must remember what made these characters popular was what they were and not who they can become.
If you guys will hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification, let us know your hopes and dreams for the American comic book industry in 2024. Like to hear what you'd like to see come back as a comic. Do you think there is a redemption of a property out there that I don't know, fantasy creators you'd like to see with a character? Who knows? And also, I want to remind you guys, we're getting ready to do a second chance campaign with Inglorious Rex. If you guys did not back Inglorious Rex, you will have an option. There will be a new cover, and it's going to a small campaign that's going to slide in as we wrap up pre-press and get ready to go to press. If you guys have missed a book, we only got like less than 5 pages. I'm working on all 5 right now, so this is going to wrap up fairly quick. We'll run this in the middle of the month. So if you guys want, please go sign up and you will get an exclusive postcard that goes in the back of your comic. This will be a type of 2-pack secret tier. If you just sign up, you will get this free postcard that comes with it. It'll probably be like a fight poster or something like that. Something really cool for people that sign up. And we will catch you guys again with another video. And this is the trailer for Inglorious Rex 2.
Stepped on the scene, I got greatness all in my jeans. Ain't no way that I can slow down. I'm laced up, look how I shake the ground. Can't touch the crown, but you can kiss the ring. Close your eyes and see how I live a dream. I'm too smooth, MJ with the lean. Don't be fooled, I came through with the team. This is over their heads, how high can it go? I'm too over the edge, got my eyes on the goal. And we right back at it, keep them right on their toes. Look at the way that I move, this is all that I know. Cause I got the drive, I put it in gear. Line them up, I don't see no competitive team. If it ain't first place, we really can't settle for it. Listen up, get ready for it.